Hello and welcome! I'm Phoenix, and this is Kerbal Space Program. I'm going to be playing it today, and I wanted to show you guys some of the cool new stuff. If you've ever played the game before, it's fantastic. At least if you like building things and hoping they don't explode on the way into orbit. And wasting lots of precious time, but it's time well wasted. So just before we get started, I wanted to mention that I did recently install a few mods. I haven't played the game very much yet. Well, I have, but not this version. They've updated it recently to include. Well, to incorporate career mode, which is, I like it. It makes the game even more rewarding than it already was. I mean, it used to be rewarding to build a ship and get it out to one of the other planets, or to a moon, or in orbit, if you're like me. But they added career mode so that now you actually have to do research to get the parts to build your ships to do your missions. And so I added a few mods that basically make it, I guess, maybe more interesting. The vehicles can do more. I also turned the volume down so that it doesn't destroy speakers, because the music in this game is particularly loud, and the rockets are more so. So yes, I turned the volume down. But you probably don't really need to know that. Anyways, so the mods that I installed are, and I don't remember the authors' names, so I might add this to the about section of the video later. But I installed MechJeb. It's just MechJeb, and that is a mod that. It includes, well, it allows you to put different parts on your ships that make them more automated. They can fly for you, sort of. You basically, you tell them what to do, and they do a better job than you can. It's kind of for multitasking, so that you can tell the ship to land and it'll land itself. Meanwhile, you can switch to another flight and do something else while your ship is landing. But that, of course, well, that relies on you having enough fuel so that the computer can do whatever it knows is necessary, because I don't think it calculates how far it can go with the fuel that it has. I think it says, alright, this is what I have to work with, and this is what the person wants me to do, and so this is how I do it. Anyways, so other mods I've installed are Kerbal Attachment System. I haven't used it before, so I'm not really sure what it does, but I'm gonna assume that the name is pretty self-explanatory. I've looked at some of the parts already, and it seems like it's just kind of like winches and cables and stuff like that. There's KSP Interstellar. I have no idea what that adds, but I'm just gonna guess that it makes long distance travel more, how would you say, more reasonable, I guess. And then I've added KW Rocketry, which adds, I've actually got to use some of the parts already. It adds some more vanilla style stuff. So, like, one of the engines that I've used from the mod is a dual engine part. So it has twice the thrust of the same engine singular. And you can do the math there. And half the space. But I think it has the equal of twice the weight of the normal engine. So I do have one flight in orbit currently, and its sole purpose is to provide this gray line at roughly 72 to... Wow. Please tell me that's going to go back up soon. Uh-oh. That might be really bad. Because that is dangerously close to orbit. Okay! I meant the atmosphere, but it's rising. So, yay! It's not gonna... No, it's not rising. Oh my goodness. Is it falling out of the sky after all this? Please tell me it isn't. Please tell me. Oh, goodness. Oh wow. That's a lot closer than it used to be. Well, by a lot I mean a kilometer. But 71,168. And then it fluctuates between that and 75,064. And so the whole point, like I said, is to provide a line of reference for when I'm flying other shuttles, and so that they know when they've passed 70,000. So yes, it's going to be a little off sometimes, actually all the time, but it's not too big of a deal as far as I'm concerned. So let's go back to the Space Center, and I'll show you some of my rockets. So I've created my own system of naming, where I started off with an Alpha class, and I'm flying under the Hex flag. And so I made some ships, and so I started off with one idea, and this is pretty much all I had to work with at the beginning. I don't even think I had a decoupler, but anyways. And so then it evolved into this number 7. Number 7 was the most successful out of the Alpha class, and so it evolved into this kind of central column idea. And then I built a couple more, but they didn't work very well, so I moved on to the Beta class, and that started off with this, and this worked very well. I think I made it out to the Mun, maybe. I don't know. I made it really far with this. It was surprising. But this came with the idea of pods on the sides to make it so that the work done by the central column was kind of sparsed out, so that it wasn't always the central column doing the work. And so then the beta series, the beta class series, I think I'm gonna call them. I've been calling them classes. So the beta class ended in 6, and then I moved on to Gamma, because Gamma is the next letter in the Greek alphabet. And Gamma was this idea of 3 separate rockets that all work in sync to lift the central payload into orbit. And this is the ship that's currently in orbit, and it worked very well. I was very happy with how well this worked. And that's as far as the Gamma class went. And let's see, where did Delta go? So I started Delta because I actually went back to Beta, got some new, got a bunch more science, because science is what you need to get all the parts. And so then I got these jet fuel things, and these basic jet engines. This engine here is what I was talking about from KW Rocketry, and then these batteries are 3 times the size or not size, 3 times the capacity and 3 times the weight of normal vanilla batteries, but I guess basically one third of the size. So I moved on to the Delta class, and the Delta class is implementing jet propulsion to basically get us as high as we can until before the jets don't have enough air to work anymore, and the rockets have to take over, the liquid engines. So I'm going to load up my most recent ship of Delta 2, and we're gonna launch it and see how high we can go. So I shouldn't be destroying anyone's speakers, and yes. What was the thing? Oh yeah. So the jet engines are really nice because they have a good amount of thrust. They can lift their entire columns of jet fuel, and all 6 together can lift this central column. The really nice thing about jets is that they don't have oxidizer in the fuel tanks. So the fuel tanks are solely jet fuel. The air intakes are what allow them to collect, oxygen to burn to do their thing. Okay. Well, anyways, let's go. So turn on that and start up the engines and lift off. Sweet. So this might take a few minutes. But basically, if you've never played this before, basically what you're looking for is that the crosshairs down here in the center of the nav ball never stray from that central dot. And you can't see it because there's an orange dot over it right now. But there's a white dot in the middle of the blue coordinates. And you want to keep that orange dot exactly on top of the white dot. And I learned from Scott Manley, you might have heard of him before. He's a great Kerbal Space Program player. He's very experienced in the game. He knows what he's doing, and I think he's an aeronautics engineer by trade. So he knows a lot more about this than I do. But I think I learned from him that you want to get, I don't remember what speed you want to get up to, but you want to get up to 14 kilometers and then turn on a 45-degree angle. So that's what I always do, and it works pretty well. I mean, and the 45-degree angle can be in whatever planetary direction you want it to be. It's just got to be 45 north, or not north, up. And so if you want to go into a geoplanetary orbit, then you want to turn east. If you want to go into a polar orbit, you got to turn either north or south. If you want to go in a reverse geoplanetary orbit, which I don't even know if that's a real thing, but you would of course turn west. And here's our 14 kilometers, so I'm going to start leaning. You can hear the jets are starting to reach their flash point. And lean. Okay, kill them, and turn on the rockets. Yes! Beautiful. So I'm doing this without MechJeb. This is all me. So now we're going to go to the map view and see how close we are to reaching orbit. And this is the trajectory path. So if we look at our resources, this is how much fuel I've got left, and we're going pretty well actually. So we just got to get that blue line up to, or over, preferably over, the gray line. And so I think my goal here, did I bring the science? Junior science? Yes, okay, so I brought the junior science thing. So my goal here is to get into orbit, and hey, look, we're over. Let's get up to 100, and stop. Okay. So the goal here is to get up into a low orbit. 100 kilometers is good. That's 30 kilometers above the atmosphere. The atmosphere stops at 70. And so we're going to get up to an orbit in the, or at 100 kilometers. We're going to orbit until we find a spot that is a biome that's not grassland or shore, I think. Because I've already studied grassland and shore biomes. And so if I can get some basically undiscovered science of Kerbin, then that'll be awesome. I might have to cut off the video before I land, but if so, then I'll just put in the. Actually, I don't know. We might be able to fit it in. I'll tell you when we get there. So wow, 28 second burn. So I'm gonna stop fast forwarding at 1 minute. Turn off the SAS controls. And then this blue thing on the nav ball is where I want to what angle I want to fire at to get this oh shoot, I forgot what it was called. What's it called? Maneuver, that's the word. To get this maneuver to work. And the maneuver is going to put us at a very close to circular orbit. You never can actually reach a circular orbit. It's always going to be even a little bit elliptical. But that's because there's always a periapsis and there's always an apoapsis. And fire. I wonder if we've got enough fuel to reach this. We have to have enough fuel to get down too. If we don't have enough fuel to get up, then oh man. Okay, so that was our main stage, but I actually have another stage up my sleeve. Awesome. Nice. So that is exactly what we want. Wow. Beautiful. Okay. Okie dokie. I'm not gonna say that ever again. So now that we're over the ocean, here's the idea. We're gonna use this. Wow, look at this little rocket. We're gonna use this science thingy and see where we get the most science. 4.6? No. And then once we find the highest spot, we're gonna slow down and go land and see if we can't. Okay. See if we can't get a little bit of a science boost. So how about over these mountains? No? Alright. I guess since I'm in space, it doesn't really matter. Near Kerbin. Well, actually, you know what? I can leave this in flight. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to leave this in flight. We're going to go back to the science center. And we're going to see what have we done already. So Kerbin, Mobile Materials Lab. Flying low. Can I do flying high? Is flying high a possibility? Biomes. Oh. So, okay. So if I can land in a specific biome, then maybe... Alright. So if I can land in the ocean, if I can aim and land in the ocean, then I might be able to get some different results from the Mobile Materials Lab. And I'll bet you that they're probably gonna say it's wet. So let's see if we can't aim this. Actually, I think we can. Those nifty maneuvers can probably aim where we're gonna land. So let's go over here. Let's hit a maneuver right there. And let's land in the ocean. Although the atmosphere might mess with that, so let's aim right there. Is that good? I think it's good. Alright. Cool. So we're gonna try to land in the ocean right there. And actually, you know what? I wonder if that's bigger there, or from here to here, or from... No, that's definitely bigger. Okay. I think in the next episode... no, I'm not gonna think ahead. So let's fast forward. That's ironic. And go to our node. Alright. And stop fast forwarding. Got 20 seconds. Wow. Line up for the burn. Put up our resources. We're gonna wait until about 2 seconds, and then I'm gonna hit the throttle so that by the time we hit T plus 0, we'll be at full throttle. I overshot a little bit. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's fix that. Yep. And stop. Sweet. So we actually have quite a bit of fuel left. Let's check the fuel tank. I used a smaller, this is a KW rocketry tank, as you can see. It's got a smaller amount of fuel, but that means it's also considerably lighter. So we've only used half of our fuel. I used a pretty big engine for this, though. I used the Kerbal, the vanilla vectoring small engine. So now, oh, is it gonna be morning? Yes! We are flying into the sunlight. Oh, thank goodness. It's been so long. I can't tell you how many flights I've done recently where I was landing in pure darkness. This makes me so happy. Oh, look at the sunrise. Okay. And we're entering the atmosphere now! Game automatically slows down time. I don't blame it. Wait a minute, do these... Oh, look! These fins actually turn. Yes! I think some of the fins don't actually rotate when you turn them. Uh-oh. Oh, so we're flying over that continent. Oh, look, we're flying right past the... There it is! There's the, launch pad. So, oh man, we might actually end up landing on the launch pad. Uh-oh. So, we're gonna heat up. I really hope we pass the launch pad. It's not that much further. Oh, we can so do this! We can so do this! I really hope we can so do... Why am I not on fire yet? It's an odd question to ask, but why am I not on fire yet? I can't be slowing down that much. Apparently 2,300 meters per second in low atmosphere, well, okay, medium atmosphere isn't enough. Unless I have to hit that darker, or that lighter blue. That's probably it. Hit the lighter blue, and hey look! There's the launch pad! Hi guys! We're on fire, but it's okay. We got this. Deploy the parachutes. Oh, wow. Good thing I planned ahead. Okay. And then that decoupler is actually this nifty little, it's a, I need to stop saying, no, whatever. It's this nifty little, I think it was called like a 1.25 meter decoupler. It's pretty, it's thinner than the vanilla one, and, lighter, I think it's lighter weight. And it does the same thing. So, I'm probably going to be using it more often than the other one. I do like the other one because it's got those big yellow stripes that make it stand out. Alright, so let's observe this materials bay, and that's lousy. That's even worse than when we were in orbit. Let's get in the water and then or observe it again. Come on. The downside to this giant parachute is that I'm only going 4.8 meters per second, which is really slow. And splashdown. And splashdown. Okay, now let's observe it. Anything? Anything? Yay! Yay! Woohoo! Got 10 science. Okay, keep that. Recover. And this is gonna be a longer episode. So we've got 51 science. Still not enough to buy anything because I've reached a point where everything costs 90. But hopefully in the next episode I'll come up with a way to get some more science, and we can get a new technology. So that'll be cool. I haven't really decided what technology I want yet. Probably this one. Anyways, thanks for watching. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing Kerbal Space Program. I might go back to Warframe. I might pick up something else. I don't know. You're going to have to tune in to find out. But yeah, so thanks for watching. Like it and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.